Even though we're pre-recorded. So first things first, and we'll get into the local spots in 1 second. I guess let's talk about what this even is. Um, it's going to be a lunch and learn kind of format, but I'm going to call it a lunch and live just because that's the whole idea behind it. The live, whatever, I guess I screwed up this time. I was able to do it with myself, but not with another person. So any techies out there that want to chime in on why that might have not worked, I added another source as an NDI source. It didn't work. I'll leave it at that. But moving forward, I guess let's just get into the basics. I met you on LinkedIn, I think, right? I always like to kind of track back where everything kind of developed. So yeah, I remember that. And I guess immediately we just started following each other, and it's been good things ever since. And we wanted to get this on the calendar for a while. So it's nice to get it on there. And I guess first things first, just an overview, almost a day in the life. What goes down for you, I guess, number one, and just like what's the vibe at a skate park?
Yeah, well, I mean, you said it yourself. What's a day in the life of a president of a skate park project? Well, first and foremost, thank you again, Steve, for hanging out with me and allowing me this time to interview with you and tell you everything about the Portage Family Skate Park project. First off, you said it was live and lunch, so I'm just going to make your mouth water here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, canopy sandwiches, you can't go wrong there. And I also picked up my nutrition drink from 608 Nutrition. So, yeah, you're going to get a little piece of Portage today. These are two great businesses that support the Portage Family Skate Park project, all the way from doing events to having a donation jar in their locations. So I visit these places when I have time, but they're some of my favorite places to go. And if you've never been to Canopy Sandwiches before, they're located at 2830 New Pinery Road. Sweet J, Sweet J, can't miss it. Right in Northridge Plaza.
Yeah, and that's for people out in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah. We're located 30 minutes away from the capital. So
nice. I'm East Coast, so I'm more Philly side, more cheesesteaks and stuff. And I didn't get food. I wanted to have the food to show and all. I ran out of time, but I will give credit to the place up the street pretty much. They do these just home style meals, and they're great to kind of give you a little fare from over here. And they just do like almost soul food, like meatloaf and like catfish. And I can't remember what I got. I think I got salmon, but everything there is just so it's definitely comfort food comes to mind.
Yeah.
The takeout kitchen, or the kitchen takeout, I think I mixed it up there. I'll get details on the website about that. I did do a post and I mentioned them, so I'm going to continue to do that. And if they like it, if they like what they're hearing from me, and don't think I'm a total I forgot I was going live on Instagram. Hi. So I'm just going to let Instagram roll. But
yeah, that's not a problem, man.
I
mean, comfort food is a staple here in Portage.
Yeah.
I guess it goes hand in hand.
I don't want to go too much on the food, but I'm a foodie. I love food. I love cooking. It's therapeutic. So like, I guess from the East Coast perspective, when I think of Wisconsin, all I think of is cheese, and I want to change that. I want to change that narrative. So like, what are some of the go-to foods? I know there's, we got sent stuff because I used to have an office out there, but I can't remember what it was. Some kind of like finger food. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was good.
Well, I mean, we do have a lot of authentic German places around here. We get everything from schnitzel to New Glarus spotted cow. We have cheese curds that everybody loves, cream puffs, you name it. Wisconsin has a lot of different things that are going on with the food industry. But I'll tell you what, one industry that is popping up, and I can't say just industry, but scene itself, is skateboarding. the Midwest is booming right now.
It seems like
We
it.
are going to be working on phase 3, hopefully in
Yep.
2022 of the Portage Family Skate Park project. We have $10,000 left to raise of our matching grant, up to $50,000. So your donation today doubles.
Doubles,
I
yeah.
mean, I started this almost 20 years ago, and this has been the
Wow.
longest project I have
That was
ever
my next
been a
question.
part of. Yeah,
That's
ever been a
great,
part
man.
of. It's not like doing and helping with anybody else's project. It's really
Mhm.
been a struggle, even in my hometown, to get
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
you know, complex
It's
built.
it's pretty wild. Out here, and we'll jump right back to you. Out here, I'm kind of doing the same thing, and luckily, I'm finding out some money could be allocated for a skate park. So that's some positive news in that regard. If anybody else is following along with that, Stacy, out at the Den, she's great. I've been kind of including her as a nice example of what it could be over here. It's a community because they have a community center out there and all, and it's just
Yeah.
like I want to bring that. This area could use that. And the corner that I'm showing is really run down, and it's kind of sad just seeing your community like, it just looks shitty. I'm not gonna candy coat it. So
Right.
looking to do that. That's one of my big things that if I could just work every day doing this stuff, I would be. But until then, it's little piecemeal jobs like this interview, little piecemeal, boom, no edits really, just get it out there, and that's kind of the way it's been rolling. But let's continue with that though, because the whole vibe of your thing is very community based. You even have family in the name, and that's what I really like about it. It's a family skate park. Um, I think that the name actually does a lot for you right there. I think there's a respect factor that needs to be had. Whereas
Yeah.
if it's just like a community, sorry, not to cut you off. Whereas if it's a community one where it's just like, oh, they funded it, they just gave it to them, whatever, and then people trash it. But when there's a name behind it, I think there's a higher respect level.
You're exactly right. This skate park in general is community based, community surrounded. It goes from your churches to your civic leagues to your businesses, you name it. It's fully funded by community support. It is maintained by community members and even our park and recreation department. Now we're only a city of 11,000, so our budgets are strapped. The amount of help that we have in our city departments is strapped. We're losing people left and right. The pandemic hasn't helped, so it really has been a community effort for many years. We've always felt the constraint of budgetary needs and so on. But as far as this project is concerned, I say 20 years, but a lot of it has been many years of market research and gathering numbers and looking at surrounding areas and looking at this. The due diligence has been done. The research, the facts, all of it has been done before even presenting the idea of not what we want, but as a need. This was a significant need in our community because not only is it, benefiting our community, it's benefiting the surrounding communities as well, including the state, because we have people that come from, different parts of our state and even throughout the U.S. and international now just to skate our skate park. And it speaks volumes as to what it's done for our community. The skate park itself, when done, is going to be a plaza that could be for anybody, beginners, intermediate, and more advanced skaters, rollerbladers, scooters, you name it. And that's what we designed it for. You say the word family. Family is important because this started on the ground as a family project, and it has continued that way. And we consider all these local businesses like Canopy Sandwiches family.
Yep.
We support them, they support us. We don't take, we're more giving than anything else.
Absolutely.
When we go out and we do these events, Steve, we look at fiscal numbers. We look at if the business is doing well. Can they afford to even give over that extra dollar tip? Is it going to affect their drivers or their wait staff? So we really put some hard work and number crunching as well as community involvement to the foremost. And with that being said, Steve, I've actually had to get into the political realm as well, something I never thought that I would ever do, but it goes hand in hand because you're going to meet up and come
does.
across so many people. And I'm more of an activist, not more of a political person, but
I am too. Yeah.
it's something that, you know, unfortunately, you got to step into the realm and you got to roll with the punches. You know, being a skateboarder, you're going to get told no. But as an adult, you start to see that word and hear that word a lot, and shake your head and go, why?
Yeah.
Why more than ever? You know, you might have said that when you were younger, but now as a young adult, you know, almost 40, it's,
Yeah, it's where I am.
you
Where I
know,
am, yep.
it doesn't make sense when the facts are there and you can look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Ours is
That's
located in central Portage.
yeah. Yeah. I totally
It's a beautiful park. You see it and you don't go, okay, you know, there's a bunch of stains that are using this park, and you know, it's drugs and this and this and this.
Yeah.
So a lot of pride and a lot of help from the community really goes a long way.
Absolutely. It's so wild. I love that whole everything you just said, the whole sense of community, and actually on top of that, the whole sense of really the collab kind of, you know, that's like the fancy way of saying it. And I just been pushing that since day one. I knew if I was going to play my cards, I had to play them really wisely, because a lot of what I suspected was going to happen did happen. Um, I've been at this for like a decade now, you know, whether it's just a career, chasing a career, you know, kind of like I said in the article, or
Right.
probably for about the last 8 years trying to get a skate park put here. Um, as soon as I noticed the lot was vacant, I was just like, whoa, like I gotta just try my best. And there are a lot of politics just to that aspect, like
Yep.
who owns the land. It's been back and forth with that. Right now, well, actually, I know that it's the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, which is probably beneficial.
Right.
And there's funding to make plans for it, and this escape park is one of them. And if anything, if I got, and I hate to, you know, I'm supposed to be interviewing you, but at the same time, I got to get my ideas out there if I can. So this is almost like a PSA for Norristown. Maybe I can cut this out of the clip, but I keep in mind all the local businesses. I think you would get that from your perspective. And what I see right now is a strip of stores that are just vacant storefronts. And I see a corner that looks like shit. And I have to be vulgar and blunt about it because it's unacceptable. So my idea is to start cleaning up that corner. Maybe put some signage, non-graffiti signage. I may graffiti on the sign that I put on the fence, you know what I mean? But that's not facing property.
Yeah.
But yeah, just saying we need a skate park here, and maybe get petitions going while we're cleaning up the whole corner, which is pretty big. It's a big cleanup job. And
You know,
like
they say
you said, being more of an activist is what's important these days, especially to me. I'm sick of people saying shit on social media and giving their 2 cents, but they don't want to do dick about it. So I'm gonna be
it's
out.
see a need, fill a need, my friend.
Yeah,
It really is.
if I have to be out there by myself, I will be, and it will be on behalf of Skate Park Respect. So that's a big deal to me. I don't know if they've been out to your park, but they're great. I guess I don't like being called a brand ambassador, so I'm just not even gonna go there. I'm a supporter, you know. I wear the hat and the shirt as much as I can and all that, and I try to get out and get videos. But for me, I just try to be the guy. I'm older, you know. It's not like I'm out skating every day. I can do that, but just to be on here and push them here, that I hope is the currency that they're looking for from me. But they're great.
Yeah, my big thing is, you know, we already had the template. Steve and the guys over there at Skatepark Respect gave everybody to umbrella under.
That's
and
awesome.
it was great. It was a fantastic push. And right now, you know, you see Tony and those guys, everything starts with a push. But really, to me, you know, you take a corner lot like that, it's going to start with the activists. It's going to start with the cleanup. The city will take notice. People will take notice. They see a lot that's clean. Maybe a business opens up. Then they serve the people. I mean, it's really the fundamentals. I mean, you have to give the businesses, the people, the entrepreneurs a reason to be there in the first place. If they see a brilliant park with kids in it, they may open a toy store. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
That's
If
my
they see a
whole
vegetable garden, they
idea.
may open an organic store. You
Whole
know,
idea.
one
And-
step at a time. Skateboarding is just that.
Yep,
Skateboarding
absolutely.
is its own unique um
Art
Jesus,
form, you know,
active
you could
art
call it.
form, activision group, you name it. We're always there to empower.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I hate the word lifestyle because it's like very cliche and overused. I like to say it's well-being. Um, but to get back to the business aspect, uh, yeah, that's my idea. Is you got this great. I mean, I'm gonna say beautiful. It looks like shit to me. It's beautiful because it's almost like
Grind line,
the,
baby.
nice, and we'll get into that too. For me, it's almost like what is that? Angels in the outfield or whatever. If you build it, they will come kind of deal. That's what
Oh,
I see,
yeah, yeah.
man.
Field of
It's
Dreams
that's
type of thing.
that's what Field of Dreams. I knew I was missing that. Yeah. So Angels in the outfield. Um, but yeah, that's what I see in that corner. I wish I could unsee it, but it's just been seen for almost a decade now. So it's like now I'm to the point where I have a little bit of a forum, so I'm just going to go all in and just try to make it happen. But what I foresee and would like to see is one of those storefronts, obviously a skate shop, you know?
Yeah.
Um, it would be nice to have an indoor park in Norristown, but I know that's a far-fetched money grab, so it would probably be an outdoor park, which I'm completely fine with. But there would be an aspect of the arts involved with it. Those ideas are in that last article I wrote. I don't want to get into that, but yeah, so there's a lot of involvement with the community in this whole effort. And I think that goes underlooked by just some skaters that want to start a skate park. I think most
Yeah.
states or whatever kind of boards are just like,
The one
that's
thing
just going
I've
to lead
noticed
to a
over the
bunch of
years,
weed
Steve,
smokers and graffiti artists, you know?
is skaters know what they want, right? So when I
100%.
developed my board years ago, and I've been on several boards, the ones that typically, and I hate to say this, typically fail are the ones that are comprised of all skateboarders. They know what they want. A lot of times they want it now and they just don't know how to get there. So like my board has a mentor to trouble youth, has a
That's
pastor on it, has two veterans on it, has a
No,
business
you're
owner on it.
Yeah.
You know, all these different walks of life. And yes, I'm a skateboarder, but I've taken everything that I've learned from skateboarding, the patience, the determination, and I've put it into something now that I can see going much longer than my skateboarding career. I will always skate
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
it's fun,
Absolutely.
because it's exercise, because
Exactly. There's nothing.
it's just a great feeling. But I wrote off many years ago that, hey, I'm not going to be a professional skateboarder.
Oh, absolutely.
Not at 40 some years old, not even earlier. You know, it's one of these things where it's like, you know, you got to start thinking into the future now. And I think being an advocate for skate parks is brilliant. Being an advocate in general, even
Absolutely.
working
Maybe
alongside
clean
just,
up and
you know, groups
all
like
the-
Skate Park Respect.
That's what. Yep. Yep.
It's a great feeling, and I'm super happy to see, you know, skateboard businesses that are out there now, more and more popping up that are skater owned
And veteran owned. That's what I'm really
and
liking.
veteran owned. Yes,
That's big to
yes,
me, and
like
I
Gunter and
really
those guys. Yeah,
like what you said about that. Your board. That's interesting to me. I kind of feel the same way. I support myself with mostly veterans. Those that maybe have just had a tough path. You know, whether poor or drug use or whatever. I just relate to those individuals much more. For me, it was more just mental health baggage, stuff like that. A childhood that could have been a lot better, kind of deal. But
Yeah.
yeah, you just and when you talk about those kind of things, it gets personal, and when it gets personal, sometimes it becomes about corporations or like big money enterprises. Because when you're growing up, and you know. It is more of like the corner store vibe, and if you see one of them get bought out or closed down because of something else, then you start to get mad. So like I kind of held that resentment with me, and I'm not going to use it in a negative way. I'm going to use it in a positive way and just support local, practice what I preach, and that's it, you know. And if I get haters from that, then there's a problem with this world. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing, and
Yeah.
it'll all work out. I have no question in my mind. But let's get into more of the I guess non-activist type items. I mean, it was great conversation, definitely. Um, and that's pretty much primarily what we are. You pretty much answered one of my questions I was going to ask. I'll leave it at this. To you, it does seem that the the giving back is more important than the skateboarding, and it's like, wow, I thought about that yesterday when I was writing these questions down, and for me, I agree. You know, you would think, oh, the skateboarding because it helps me, it's therapeutic or whatever, that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like you have your human uh, destiny or fate or whatever you're supposed to be doing. And for me, it's just giving back, being a good person,
Right.
humanitarian. That's it. So that's why I do the stuff with We Skate Mongo, trying to get them whatever I can, really working with Caravan. Um, every time I have any kind of video, I try to get as many names out there. Solwezi, Skateboarding Solwezi. Oh, and I have some good news. I don't know if I should be making it public or not, but I
Well,
was
hang
asked,
tight.
I was asked to build We Skate Mongo's website, which is an honor. I'll be doing that for free. Everything I've done thus far has been for free, and that will continue. I have a good job, so I don't really care about making money. But yeah, let's get to the non-sensitive stuff. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I have some like actual skate related questions just about like where you're at, because like
Sure.
we went over a lot, because I like to go over stuff like growing pains then versus now. It's been a 20-year journey. That's awesome. We already kind of went through a lot of what you've learned from it. Um, and I'm just going through my notes. We pretty much nailed everything. The one thing we'll go over before we're done is just you can go over grind line and all that, and any other drops, you know, any other names, brands, whatever, you know, you can go to town. And the good thing about that is I'll just take everything you say and I'll put it in a post, and then it's out there for Google to have as well. So yeah, jumping from that, I have a few specifics just about skating. How's the weather out there, and how does it affect skating? Period. I know the
Well,
weather.
the weather, the weather is most certainly unpredictable here in Wisconsin. We have our seasons like normal, but you know, 1 minute it could be 98 degrees, and the next minute it could be below 60. You never know
That's
what you're
crazy.
going to wake up to day to day. I mean, there's been times where we've seen significant rain, which has flooded the
Yeah.
streets that lead into the skate park themselves. So,
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
get
it
floods
really
too.
is what most people do in the morning is watch the news. We
Mhm.
watch it 3 times a day here: morning,
For the
lunch,
weather,
and
yeah. Yeah,
dinner,
I mean, we
just for
do
the
have it
weather.
here. We have it here like that as well. But our weather is, it's weird. I'd like to call it bipolar sometimes, because it's in one, like the last few weeks. I feel like there's day, and because it affects me. You know, I have that friggin' weather bullshit where it's like if it's cloudy, I'm kind of miserable. Like it, you know. But it's been like that. It'll be sunny, 10 minutes goes away. It feels like Florida kind of, where it's just like the sun's in and out nonstop, but for long stretches. It's kind of weird. We're not used to that here, but yeah, it definitely floods here and all. Hurricanes roll through here like sand.
Yeah. Well, in the
But yeah,
wintertime, we just go to Cascade Mountain and we go ski and
we
snowboard.
get snow. This past winter was pretty good. I like snow, so I, you know, love the seasons. Um, but yeah, I figure skating out there definitely gets affected by that. And like, kind of jumping from that, is there a street skating scene out there? Or
There
is
is.
there is? That's
There's
cool. Yeah,
there's definitely a significant street skating scene.
nice.
That was one of the reasons why the park was
Okay, cool.
a
That's
need,
what I was wondering.
because many of us grew up in the streets skating,
Hmm.
local businesses, docks, things like that. So that's what really gave us a big initiative and push, because we've had accidents and so on that have involved um, pedestrians,
Yeah,
skateboarders, and and bikers that have been hit, BMX riders. So
makes sense. I feel like where you're at, people are more like, that's a problem, and the skateboarders kind of agree, and they're like, okay, fine, if it's a problem, give us a skate park, and then it happens. You know, I'm not saying it's that easy. I know it's not that easy, but I feel like it becomes almost a little saturated out here where it's like metro areas and everybody's on top of one another. So it's like somebody gets hit by a skateboard. It's like in the same day, maybe I got hit by another skateboard or like a random football flying by. So it's like okay, it's warning me I have 5 minutes left. I don't know if it'll stop recording or not, but I think we should try to keep it not too long. But and I was getting towards the end anyway. But yeah, we could. Either way, whatever. I'm not going to worry about that. Let me jump to the next question about one of the elephants in the room, because I wanted to hit this before we were done. And let me just look at my notes one more time. Yeah, I just want to cover this. How has COVID affected the park? I'm just curious. Like, what have the guidelines been, like mask wearing outside for skating? I'm just wondering, like, what the vibe is out there, because in metro areas it's been a little hectic.
Well, it's been hectic at times and relaxed at other times. Initially, there was signs posted. We did put sanitizing booths down at the skate park so people can use them. We encouraged other people not to use other people's gear and things like that. And this was right at the early stages. We did see considerable amount of people wearing masks, and then it has slowly, to date, kind of drifted from that, but there is still several people that do. So I mean, it's a hit or miss day in or day out. Public restroom facility is open as well. So
yeah, no, that sounds great. I mean, that just sounds like mostly what is going on here, which is kind of good to see, especially for the outdoor skate parks. I feel like New York is a little strict, because Limitless Culture, Justin over there, he was saying like skate parks were closed, so they were hitting the streets, which go for. That's what I would be doing that anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm one of the guys at the skate park that doesn't even drop in on the quarter plate. I'm 2 street. It's ridiculous. It's not even a bragging point. I need to like up my game with like mini ramps and stuff. But yeah, I just love skating a nice almost like steps. We would skate a lot of steps, so some of those step fun boxes that you can build, those are great. But
nice.
Yeah, I figured COVID pretty much seems the same in skate parks. I just been gauging it, just I guess as almost a reporter, it kind of just makes me curious. But yeah, let's wrap things up. I think this was obviously a great interview.
Well, I really appreciate your time.
I hope I delivered on my end, but yeah, this was all great info, and let's just give you a chance to get everything out there and let us know what's to come, because that's important to me. I want to know what's upcoming, events, whatever.
Yeah, not a problem. So we just wrapped up our art exhibit that took place for the month of August, and we raised a little over $700 for that.
Nice.
That will double thanks to the Jude and Edward Lenz Charitable Trust. Once we reach that matching grant, that will put us well over $100,000 and on our way to see if we're going to be able to build in 2022. We are waiting for the city of Portage and their finance department to recommend to the city council and approve a $50,000 finance award to the Portage Skate Park if funding is available. Hopefully funding will be available, because if that happens, I can get that $50,000 matched and we can build. So it's as simple as that. We'll go through the 4 W's, and I'll make it real quick. We're the Portage Family Skate Park Project. We have been at this for almost 20 years. I'm the president and have been serving president for the last umpteen years. I have an art director, Drew Schmidt. You can find him on Walking Propaganda on Instagram. We are also a part of Skate Park Respect. We are a brand ambassador. We take care of our park and go above and beyond every single day, not just for the skate park, but for our community and surrounding communities. We try to pick up as much as we can. As far as the when, our first phase opened in 2016. It was a grind line design and a Dreamland build. Phase 2 was opened in 2020, which was again a grind line design, but this time a grind line build. It is unheard of to see a Dreamland grind line side by side. To me, 2 of the best build and design
Yeah.
companies in the world. You can't beat them. And I'm just, I'm happy to be able to say that I've been an employee of Grindline, and I rep it Grindline for life. Not to take away from Dreamland Skate Parks and Red and Danielle and those guys out there. They rock. They kick butt. As far as the where, we're centrally located in Portage, Wisconsin. I know you're out at the East Coast, but
Yep.
if you stop on through, we're 30 minutes away from the Dells, from Madison, the capital. I mean, it's one way in, one way out. And the why? Because it's a need. We need a plaza. We need a skate park. We need a full facility. We have Olympians that have come right out of Portage, Wisconsin, right at our curling. We just had it in the Olympics. I mean, we're giving a world-class facility to individuals that and groups and families that may never have thought in their right mind that they would see a facility like itself.
Gotcha.
And with that being said, they have more than just their health to look forward to, or I want to get sponsored. Now they can say to themselves, hey, in my era, they've legitimized it as a sport. We can move forward and become Olympians. To everybody, to every family, to every business,
different.
it's all different from person to person. It just gives another, stepping stone for somebody to work for. It was to become the advocate to build skate parks. That's what skateboarding has done for me. To the next person, it could be health. To the next person, it could be, advocacy. That explains the why. We're doing this so people have opportunities to succeed.
Yeah. And I could piggyback that and close this out. This has been awesome. Thank you. I do it for it's because it's a culture to me. There's so much to it. The arts, it's just everything about it I love. So for me, it's a culture, and it's a culture of individuals, and it's a culture of individuals that push individuality and uniqueness, so that's me. I don't want to be status quo or any of that.
Right, we talk about uniqueness,
pave my own path, and that's what it is to me. And giving back is a huge part of that, because I named it Skateboarding Saves for a reason. I write about it. I don't think I need to say any more about it. It's just it's been more than a friend. It's been it has saved me. My friends could tell you. So it is what it is. I love it, and I ain't going nowhere. And my opinions can be really harsh, but at the end of the day, I get the other perspectives. I do, but if what I'm doing is really for, I honestly believe, the better of humanity, not to be grim and bleak, but it's just like I want to help, and it's not PR, it's not money ever, and right. I feel like there's too much of that shit, and that's why I'm here.
Well, speaking about giving back, I just want to give a shout out to a couple of local businesses really quick. First of all, Canopy Sandwiches, great place to eat. 608 Nutrition for all your nutritional needs. And tonight we'll be visiting another supporter, and we're going to be announcing another month-long event, and also an event called Margarita Days that we've done for a long time at La Teteca. So keep that in mind. Again, big shout out to, the Skate Park Project, formerly known as the Tony Hawk Foundation, Skate Park Respect, Grindline, Dreamland. Obviously, Steve, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you to all the supporters that are tuning in right now and tuning in on Instagram. I see a lot of messages coming through Instagram, in our group chat, stuff like that. So thank you. Tragic Skate Co. I've seen a couple of different people.
Another one.
You guys are great. Thank you for all the support.